There's some distance between the federal and provincial governments, such as the impact of the federal carbon tax.
You don't have to look hard to find Albertans who are fed up with the federal government. It's almost as if that frustration has been embedded into the province, that there's nothing more Albertan than fighting the feds. As we preview this Sunday's City News Connect special on Alberta's political history, we take a look at why and when Alberta began to believe Ottawa was the enemy. It all starts at the beginning.
The split between Alberta and Saskatchewan was not something that was decided by local politicians. It was imposed by Ottawa. The fact that Alberta and Saskatchewan were not going to be given control over their natural resources was imposed by Ottawa. And both of those things could play into developing unhappiness.
What was Ottawa's rationale for imposing that on Alberta and Saskatchewan?
There's some discussion that they didn't want to see a province that would be too big and too powerful.
When you define who Albertans are in a political sense, what makes Alberta different than, the other provinces out east, even down to the States?
I'd say there are two things. One is the prosperity that the oil and natural gas have brought to us, which gives us, I think, a lot of optimism about the future. And the second is Western alienation, the sense that we're not treated fairly. That is a recurring theme in Alberta.
Back-to-back premiers have made fighting the feds one of their key battles, and for Albertans, anti-government freedom protests that sprung up in 2020 were well attended and have continued to draw support.
I think we expect the federal government to listen and pay attention to us in a way that may not have been the case early on. It was sort of maybe a resigned alienation at the beginning. Now it's an aggressive alienation.
Western alienation, the UCP's approach to the feds, and what would happen if federal power shifted. That's all coming up this Sunday at 7 p.m. on our City News Connect special on Alberta's political history. For City News, I'm Jillian Code.